What if the water, covering most of our planet, could not quench a single thirst, could not grow a single field, could not save a single life? What if oceans full of blue were nothing more than silent deserts made of salt, locked away from us forever? That's the cruel truth of seawater, abundant, endless, and yet useless to drink. But humans, stubborn as always, found a way to crack nature's cruelest lock, a way to take something toxic to our bodies and transform it into the very essence of survival: fresh water. It begins in coastal plants where giant pipes stretch like steel veins into the ocean, pulling in untamed salt water that crashes in waves but enters a system of order where chaos meets control. The first stage is brutal, mechanical, and unromantic. Screens tear away seaweed, fish, debris, anything alive or drifting, because desalination is not gentle. It is selective, ruthless even. What flows forward is still salt-heavy, dangerous, and deadly. But then comes the true art, the heart of desalination: pressure. Imagine pushing water so violently against a barrier so fine that even salt itself cannot pass, molecules stripped apart like secrets ripped from silence. This barrier, the reverse osmosis membrane, is invisible strength, so thin you can barely see it, yet so precise it holds back nearly every grain of salt, every mineral, and every impurity. The pressure is immense, strong enough to crush if it were not guided by machines that never rest. And as the liquid pushes through, something almost magical happens. On one side, the salty brine grows thicker, rejected, expelled back to the sea, while on the other side, clear, clean, life-giving water drips, flows, and gathers like liquid treasure. This is not just science, it's survival engineered. But desalination is not a perfect hero. It carries costs hidden beneath the shine. The energy needed is massive, the kind that roars through turbines, eats electricity, and leaves footprints we often ignore. The brine returned to the ocean is heavier, denser, capable of sinking like a ghost, and harmful to fragile marine life below. Yet, in dry nations, where the land cracks from thirst and rivers die before reaching the sea, desalination is not a choice. It's the last breath of hope. Think of cities like Dubai, where towering glass buildings would stand empty without these hidden factories turning salt into life, or villages in Israel, where drip irrigation feeds crops because the sea itself was turned into a freshwater spring. And in California, where drought stalks fields and taps run dry, desalination plants hum quietly along the coast, pulling salvation from the horizon. The journey from salt water to fresh water is not just a process. It's a story of defiance, of refusing to surrender to the limits of nature. It is pipelines, like arteries, carrying liquid hope. It is machines working night after night, silent guardians of cities. It is drops of water that touch lips thousands of miles inland, never revealing they were once part of the roaring sea. Think about it. When you lift a glass of water in a desert city, you may be holding the ocean itself, reborn, redefined, disguised as life. That's the strange poetry of desalination. It takes what kills us and makes it the very thing that keeps us alive. And maybe that's the deeper truth. We don't just drink water, we drink human persistence, human rebellion against thirst. Because when salt water turns to fresh, it isn't just chemistry, it's proof that nothing, not even an ocean, can stop us from creating life where there should only be death.